Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I'm back again with Radical Reggie.
What's up, buddy?
Oh,
Two. I missed one more time.
I missed.
There we go. That's how we do it.
I am so uncoordinated.
And you guys already know what's going to happen. Another pickups video. Jason, you excited, man?
Oh my god, it's so time. Let's do it. All right, dude, who goes first?
I'll start off first this time. And what I want to show you guys, I went to the Game On Expo recently, and I got a couple games here that I want to show off really fast. And these are some unique games. This is a 5-on-5, which is actually the Game Boy version of Double Dribble.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Double Dribble on the Game Boy. And I haven't played it yet, but I mean, come on, Double Dribble on the Game Boy, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers, a sequel to Fall of the Foot Clan.
So these are all original Game Boy.
All original Game Boy games. And also, Blades of Steel came out on the Game Boy. So that's crazy. And it has the fighting and everything, just like in the Nintendo version.
Really?
Dude. That's good.
Dude, Drunken Mr. Paul, he loves this game.
Oh, yeah. The game is awesome. Still playable today. And a game I've been really looking for over the years, Superstars of Wrestling. I played this back in 5th grade because a kid brought this game to school. And I never got to play it again. I found it in box at the show. Very happy about this. This is amazing. And yeah, happy to have it.
So are you going... I noticed that you're starting to collect... I guess I should say... So you started collecting Game Boy Advance complete in box. Now are you going for Game Boy, or it's just kind of all over the place?
Okay, Game Boy Advance is my favorite system, so mostly those titles I will collect in box. But any Game Boy game I could collect in box, I go for. And I just happen to see these. And actually, Superstars of Wrestling, my friend Alex hooked me up on that, now that I remember right. So, Alexander, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you. And yeah, if I see any box Game Boy game, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, I usually go after it if it's something interesting.
They're getting hard to find, though, right?
They are. Huh. At least in box, they are.
Yeah, in box. All right. Next up for me is something kind of weird. Got this at the Mo Gamecom in Missouri. I saw it. I was like, what the heck? Street Fighter II came out on cassette.
Wow.
This is not a soundtrack, by the way. I posted on the social media. People are like, oh, this is the soundtrack? No. This is the game on cassette.
Oh.
Isn't this hilarious? Yeah.
How does it play?
Yeah, so back in the day, back in the olden days, you know, because RAM was... Actually, I shouldn't say RAM. ROM was so expensive. And we're talking the early 80s here, or early to mid 80s, that... it was sometimes cheaper and more practical to put games on cassette. So basically, this is like, you know how modems make that sound?
Right.
That digital sound? That's what this... If you were to play this in your car, it would sound like a modem.
Oh, wow.
And so it's basically the entire game. It loads off a cassette. So this is for the Commodore 64 and Commodore 128. Originally, because floppy disk drives were so expensive that you would load games off cassette, and that's what this is for.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That I want to see it in motion. Wow, that's crazy, man. I remember actually Joe got a cassette tape game. It was Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Yeah, Friday the 13th on cassette, and that's amazing, man.
Isn't
Seriously.
that crazy? I know, it's so weird because again we think of it as an audio format, you know, for listening to music, right?
They were able to use it to play a game.
It's very cool. So now, to be fair, I've heard that this is not a great version of the game. Obviously, it's, you know, sometimes these arcade ports weren't that great, but I don't care. It's so unusual to see this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Next game here. Grab it real fast. Where'd you go? Oh. This was sent to me by my buddy Kyle. This is Dogchild. This is a Spanish exclusive.
Dogchild.
I mean, it's about a boy and his dog, and just the cover alone, man. You're like,
I think I heard of this.
Have you heard of this game?
Yes.
So I haven't really played it yet. I know that you go on missions with your dog, and I don't know what you're doing, basically. But just the cover alone just sold me on the game. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
You look so happy together, and it's like, dude, you know.
Well, you know me. I'm a dog guy. Right?
Yeah.
I'm a dog person, so that's...
So imagine that's you and Susie on the cover together. You know what I mean? That's like, man.
Single tier.
But now what I've heard about the game is not allegedly that great, but that doesn't matter to me. I'll find something to like about this game. I mean,
yeah. You know what? We'll eventually do some PlayStation 4 weird video, and you know, like I don't know, just some like weird imports or something like that.
Something, yeah.
And we'll probably cover this.
Like, yeah, that game is exclusive physically in somewhere. So
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Sorry.
That's weird.
I totally forgot where it was at, but I know it's a Spanish exclusive, so Spain.
So you guys are probably watching the footage, but at this, probably recording, you haven't played it yet, right?
No, I haven't got to play it yet.
Yeah.
No, I meant to, though. But from what I've heard, it's more like people think it plays like more like a PS2 game. Like they feel like it's dated like that, but that's totally fine with me. I love PS2.
I don't care.
Cool.
All right, next up for me is a total sleeper hit on the PSP.
Really?
That is Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
I love the PS3 version of this game.
Okay. So what's really cool about this is that this is completely different.
Okay.
Is that they're very smart. They didn't try to cram the full PS3 version onto the PSP. Instead, they created a brand new version for this. So that's why this game kind of shows up on licensed games that are better than they probably should. So it's a 2.5D platforming beat 'em up game. So it's not it's not full 3D. It's basically it's a platformer. It's a 2D game. So you play as Spider-Man. You can at the push of a button you can turn into Venom. It's got a bunch of the classic Spider-Man enemies in there. Also,
there's different ones from the other version too. There's some hobgoblins in here.
Yeah, so I like this game again because it's unique to the PSP. It plays to its strengths. It's actually a really fun game. You guys are looking at the footage I captured here. It's
remember
awesome.
Amazing Allies Edition.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Yeah,
interesting, man. I mean, I like that it's different from the other version.
Yeah.
I would have liked if that version got put on here too, though, because that version was awesome. Man.
Yeah,
I totally get it, man. This is cool. I need to get this.
I know, more PSP games. It's like
very cool, man.
Yeah,
and it's not an expensive game, is it?
Oh no, because people see that as a licensed game. They're like, oh, that can't be good.
Okay, gotcha. All right, next game here. Another game my buddy Kyle sent me. Psi-Ops.
Have you played this yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Man. Now here's a funny story. So when my last year in the military, one of my friends, he got in trouble, and he looked just like the guy on the cover. So I remember we used to make fun of him.
Oh, really?
But I never played the game because that's when the trailer was coming out for it and all that good stuff. But I never played the game. And now years later, my buddy Kyle sent it to me. I played. I was like, oh my god, I love this game. This is amazing. Yeah. And I regret not playing it years ago. So I played it enough. Have you played it and beaten it before?
Yeah. So this is by Midway, and so this is back whenever I was reviewing professionally. So Midway sent me this. They sent me every game they released.
Right.
But the reason why I mention that is because this game came to me on the day of release, and I was just like, "What is this stupid game?" Right? Like, because I didn't know what it was. Right. This game is awesome.
Yes, it is.
This game is actually, the way someone best described this as, basically it's the Star Wars game that isn't called Star Wars. Because you're almost like a Jedi. You have all these psionic powers, and you're going around kicking ass. And, I mean, at the time, when I played this, there was nothing quite like it, because the way the ragdoll physics worked, the way you kind of problem solve with your powers in this game is very kind of like Star Wars Jedi-like.
Yep. This
is a really fun game, so it's cool you got this.
Yeah, I'm happy. I think I've gotten like a quarter through it, man. And I was just really enjoying it. Like, I thought it's one of those games you put in. I thought I was going to test it out a little bit. Then next thing you know, I'm playing for like 2-3 hours. I'm like, whoa, okay. Yeah. This is on point. So yeah, happy to have this game. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you, bro.
I want to This is one of those games where it's on my list where I want to
replay it again.
Yeah. Very cool, dude. Great pickup. Next up is a game that I've been looking for a while. It's not like it was hard to find. I just didn't run into it. And that is called Mach on the PSP.
Oh, okay. Remember years ago, that's what we did our PSP video. I think Hidden Gems, that was in there.
Yes.
Awesome.
This game is so good. So it's called Modified Air Combat Heroes, or Mach, whatever. But it's published by Sierra. This is an arcade flight game. It's kind of it feels a little bit like I was gonna say Outrun. What's the arcade game where you fly as a fighter?
Afterburner.
Afterburner. Thank you. Yeah. It's kind of like that, but I think this is actually even better.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I love the way that the levels are designed in this. That basically, it's almost kind of like a River Raid. It's like a 3D version of River Raid, where you're racing with these airplanes. It's total arcade. You're going under stuff. You're dodging. You're picking up power-ups. You're battling each other. It's super fast. It's designed, and I think it's I don't know if it's exclusive to the PSP, but
I haven't seen it on anything else.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it, because again, it's really well designed for it.
Yeah,
it reminds me of a game that I've talked about on my channel before called Slipstream 5000. So there was an old PC game back in the day that kind of was like this too, where you're kind of in canyons, different environments in these kind of like modified futuristic planes, battling, racing, stuff like that. Such a fantastic.
So while you're racing, the other planes, I can't remember because I haven't played in a long time, but you can attack other planes while you're racing, right?
Yeah. Okay. It's almost like Mario Kart in that way, where you're picking up power-ups and stuff like that a little bit. But it's so fast and so furious that you're just trying to survive. It's one of those games where the first time you play it, you lose because you don't know the track.
Oh, okay.
But the next time you play it, you know where the turns are. You know how to anticipate that stuff. So, anyways, I was super happy to get this game.
I love the cover out. Just kind of like just...
Yes.
Yeah, seriously.
This is a good one.
Well, I have a game similar to that one. This was brought to my attention by one of my Twitter friends, and this is Engine Racing for the PS1. Now, this game is pretty a flight racing game. Lots of fast action.
I did not know he was going to pick this, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right? This is funny because this game is like... I did not know about this game. And like I said, this was brought to me by a friend on Twitter. And I think it's a total hidden gem when it comes to like racing and everything. So, really cool game. I got it for really cheap. Yeah, like I haven't played it that much, but it has an arcade mode, and I think it has a career mode in it and everything. But it's a fun racing game.
All right, I'm gonna have to get this game then.
Yeah, it's on the cheap, man. So,
man, there are so many games on the PlayStation 1 and the PSP.
Yeah, I was surprised that I was surprised about a game I didn't know about, man. So I guess I could still get surprised on PS1.
I know.
Stuff.
Don't you love that?
I love it, man. It's great.
Yeah. Next up for me on the Switch is a new release, or newer release, and that is Shining Resonance Refrain. This is the Dragonic Launch Edition. I don't know.
You know what? Real fast, Irene was asking me about this game, and I said I think it's more like it plays like more of the Tales games now because it's different from how it used to be. The Shining game.
Yes, I believe that's true. So, for instance, it's a real-time combat game, and actually comparing it to the Tales game is probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I was really just impressed that it came with a steel case. Yeah, with a slip cover here.
Treating you right.
Yeah, I mean Sega went all out. There's even like a little card in here. I think this is to unlock the Japanese voice pack.
So there's no like download the game to the...
No, huh? Well,
that's good.
I'm trying to remember now because it's been a while since I captured the footage, but I don't remember. I don't think there was a big download for it. It just was a really nice release here. It looks fantastic. It's a traditional Japanese JRPG basically. Okay. But it looks great on the Switch. It's a beautiful game.
Wow. Just the art style just reminded me of the Tales of series, Yeah. You guys know that's one of my top favorite series. So it looks interesting. It looks very cool. So I'm glad Sega actually brought another one out over here.
Yeah.
I think they went the action-based way because tactical games technically don't sell that much. I don't think anymore. There's not a lot of interest in them. I could be wrong, but I think that's why they changed it up a bit.
Yeah, it could be. So I don't know. So this is kind of a game that I feel went under the radar a little bit because it came out, I believe, the same week as Octopath, and that game got all the press. And so,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was playing that game. But anyway, so I wanted to pick this one up, especially since it's kind of a special edition here. So I thought it was
definitely cool. Okay, next game here is a game that was released by Strictly Limited Games, and that is 99 Vidas. Hopefully I said it right. And this is a beat 'em up. So do you remember the game called Scott Pilgrim?
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is basically just like Scott Pilgrim, and it's a 4-player beat 'em up. You can play online with friends. Very well made. I'm talking about this is top of the line game. The guys who made this game were definitely fans of the Streets of Rage games or any kind of beat 'em up. Put the best elements into this game, and it's freaking awesome. I got of course, PS4 and the Vita copy. The Vita copy only can play up to 2 players, or the PS4 version up to 4 players. So, an amazing beat 'em up game. If you're into beat 'em ups, this is one to pick up.
Wow, okay. Never hadn't heard of that. That's awesome. Next up for me is another game I got at the Missouri Game Con because a guy had Amiga games. He also had Commodore 64 games. Rambo, First Blood, Part 2.
I love it already, man.
Yes.
I don't care how the game plays. I already love it.
Dude, I used to have this poster on my wall when I was in junior high. I love this movie. And actually, this is a really good game. So this is it's kind of like Commando back in the arcade days where you're playing in this game you're playing obviously as Rambo. You're going back to Vietnam. You're trying to save a bunch of POWs. This game is very notable for really cool music in its soundtrack. Okay. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever owned the physical version of this. Back in the day, I had a backup copy.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yep.
So it's cool to have an actual version of this. I was very happy to find that.
Yeah, the cover is awesome.
Isn't it?
You can tell they photoshopped his face though. Like,
oh, do you think so? Yeah, probably.
It looks like it, but I could be wrong though.
Dude, he was so ripped back then.
Yeah, he was.
Man,
we would never had a Rambo.
Makes me want to work out.
I know, right? We would have never had a Rambo 2, but that sheriff hadn't messed with him in the first movie.
Did you know that in the book he dies?
Yeah, the original movie, he actually got killed too. That scene is available online where he died. But after watching what happened to him in that movie, that pissed so many people off. I mean, I get why they changed that ending.
I love the first movie too.
Yeah, the first movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. But yeah, no history fact for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, next game here. We're going in Dreamcast territory. This is Ghostblade. And this was sent to me by the Bit Station. They sent this to me. This is a shoot 'em up game.
Was this released on the GameCube?
PS4.
PS4. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We talked about it in another because we
That's
had
right. Sounds familiar. I'm
the
like,
PS4
okay.
copy, but the Dreamcast copy was the original copy. In the Bit Station, they sent this to me. And this is an awesome game to have on Dreamcast. Dreamcast is such a great system that's still getting good games made for it.
So this is a new release.
It's a new release. Well, it's a re-release of a game that was released a couple years ago. They just redid it again.
Okay.
So yeah, it's awesome, and it's a 5-level shoot 'em up. It's not that long, but you don't need a shoot 'em game to be that long.
They're designed for the arcades.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun. Definitely something you want to pick up if you love shoot 'em ups. I love shoot 'em ups, and yeah, I'm just happy to have that game. Seriously, I'm telling you, Jason, to get a Dreamcast game, man, in this day and age, it's like the best thing ever.
You know, it's cool too. Here it says on the back, it says VGA compatible, so that's really cool. So VGA out of the Dreamcast looks beautiful.
Yeah, I just finally noticed that, like how the VGA hooks up, and I didn't even know I had a VGA box until recently, so I was able to see the big difference, and I never went back.
It's night and day, isn't it? It's
beautiful. Definitely, man. So
wow, okay.
If you like shoot 'em ups, definitely pick this one up.
Okay. Next up for me, also sticking with the Switch, this is a newer release of an old Wii U game. It's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So, did you play this on the Wii U?
I did not.
These games are... the reason why I bought this is I had it on the Wii U and I loved it so much. I'm like, I just want to support it on the Switch. It's so good.
Is it really?
It is really good. So, it's a 3D platforming puzzle game. And really emphasis on the puzzle part of that. So basically you're trying to get through each levels, and what you really do is you end up rotating it around to kind of look, to guide him around the level. But in typical Nintendo fashion, it's way more complicated than that. That they keep introducing new ways of manipulating the environment. Also, it deals with like multiple versions of yourself sometimes, where you have to kind of get two versions of standing on two different platforms and stuff. It's the reason why they brought it back is because people loved it so much on the Wii U.
Well, that's good that they did that.
Yeah.
Does Toad talk in the game at all?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember.
Or does he just make grunts and sounds and stuff like that? Probably.
I kind of want to say he does it. I don't remember.
I just thought of something funny, and I've always thought about this. But if you guys have seen the old Super Mario Brothers cartoon that came out back in the day, the voice actor who voiced Toad, it would be awesome if he still voiced Toad in this game, because he sounded like a guy out of New York or Boston, and it was hilarious.
Oh, really?
I just imagine his voice being in this game, and I would totally pick it up. But I'll look into it.
I would say that if you're looking for something different, if you're bored and you want something new and interesting and different, this is your game. It's typical Nintendo polish. They did add a couple little things to this, I believe, but it's also a really good co-op game as well. Okay. So I like it. So
all right, cool. The Switch, man.
I know.
All right. Okay, here. So next, another Dreamcast game. This is Gunlord.
Dude, look at that cover.
Gunlord, yeah. Gunlord is like you remember the games like Turrican or what's another good game I can mention? I can't remember. It's that
kind of like a run and gun platform.
It's a run and gun platform game. There's another game on Super Nintendo that was unreleased, but I forgot what it's called. But you guys will probably know what I'm talking about. But Gunlord is an awesome game. This actually came out on a Neo Geo as well. They put it on the Neo Geo, then they made the Dreamcast version as well. And this game is amazing. Great soundtrack. Just old school gameplay. Even has shoot 'em up levels on it as well. So just a lot of fun. It's a Dreamcast release, dude.
That's a new Dreamcast release.
It's a new Dreamcast release. The version I have right here is a re-release of the original version.
Okay.
But just, man, it's great, man. I'm telling you guys.
You make me want to go buy a bunch of these Dreamcast games. I'm like,
when you get a new Dreamcast game, it's like, dude, it's like 1999 all over again. Yeah, that's how it is. That's just how it is.
That's a good day.
So definitely something you guys want to pick up. I actually picked this up. I actually had to get this off eBay, but I think they sell it off from Play Asia as well. So check them out.
All right, next up is a game you're not going to want to pick up. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Bring us down.
So you know that I recently got an Xbox One, right?
You did.
And I walked into a GameStop, and you get a new system, and you're like, oh, let's see what weird new games are there, right? Yeah. So right off the bat, this looks cheap. It's Pharaonic. Pharaonic.
Yeah, that's how. I think you got it right.
I don't know. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this was, I believe, a $2 game. And so for $2, I'll take a chance on something.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then what happens is, I pop it in, and you get an error. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe it needs an update. Do the update. Error. Reboot my console. Error. It won't play. So I go online. I'm thinking, well, maybe the disc is bad. No. This game doesn't work.
Wow.
At all. I don't think
bad.
it works for anybody, as far as I can tell. I think maybe if you never updated your Xbox, it might work. My point with bringing this up is that this is what is wrong with gaming today.
Yeah, they have to patch that. They need a patch to get it to work.
Or maybe the operating system updated and now this game didn't sell well enough to... It's just dead. It's dead.
I believe it's on PS4 as well, but...
And it may work there. My point, though, is that, I just kind of want to... we talk about a lot of retro games here, and I think the reason why we like collecting the physical versions of old games is because they're going to work, and yet these new games still can be screwed up. Actually, not only that, dude, but I mentioned in a previous Pickups video that I was playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Couldn't play that game either because Xbox Live was down for 2 days. Even though that's a single-player game, it wouldn't launch because it wouldn't log me in to Xbox Live to get access to my save.
You shouldn't have to do all that stuff.
It was ridiculous.
Developers, we just want to put the game in and we want to start. Just keep it that way for us.
I understand if it's a multiplayer game. I understand if, that aspect of it, but there is no reason why I shouldn't be able to play this game. And there's no reason why Assassin's Creed won't launch in my save game because Xbox Live was down. It was ridiculous. So, again, not a slam against necessarily Xbox. It's just kind of a byproduct of our gaming today.
Exactly.
So I want to mention
and this was a deluxe edition too. So I wonder.
Honestly, for $2, I wanted to kind of check it out. I'll try anything for $2.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
But I'm just
disappointed. Like you put it in and it doesn't work. Like
so be aware. Don't even buy this game at all if you see it.
Okay, so next game here, I got the Mo Game Con, and this was I got hooked up with this. I got a good deal on it, my buddy Alex, and that is Ducktales 2 for the Game Boy.
Wow!
I have Ducktales 1. I have the PS3 copy, and I have Ducktales 1 on the Nintendo. I guess to complete the series, all I need is Ducktales 2 for NES, but I'm not trying to spend that much money on it. So, but having had this game, it's a lot of fun. Just like the first DuckTales game, it's a sequel. Probably not as good as the first game on the system, but definitely, it's cool to have another sequel to it. And DuckTales was very popular at the time. Even with the reruns that were happening, it was still like top notch. So, very fun game. If you see DuckTales 2, pick it up. You might like it.
A lot of Game Boy games here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of PSP games for me, which is awesome. Another random game I found at another castle. We were doing a game hunting video there, and I believe this game. I'm trying to remember on the video. I think it said it's $5, something like that. Basically, this is a match 3 game. It's called Super Collapse 3. It's there's not really much to say about it other than it's a match 3 game, but it is a really well made one. It's one of those games where, again, I like puzzle games, and so this is one where it's just different enough to where. It doesn't feel like it's like every other one.
Okay.
But and actually, when I posted the video, several people who watched that video were also like, "Ooh, this is a good game."
And it's like a $5, like around.
$5? Oh yeah. I want to say it's 5 or less, something like that.
Dude, you are making me look at PSP stuff again.
Dude, I'm telling you.
How could you do this to me?
Hey, when we walk into stores. Regardless of whether the camera's there or not, I go over to the PSP section.
First,
because as long as it's not like a sports game, which I know I won't play, but if it's something like that and it's like $5, I'm buying it.
Cool. I wonder how many PSP games are in the full US set. Let us know in the comments.
Love to know what the full set is, because,
like how many.
We were talking about this. Like, I'm very close to trying to go for the set if it's attainable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm pretty sure it is, man, because like I said, there's no rare expensive PSP game out there that I know in America that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And so I think we're good. But
and I also feel too, like games like this, like, okay, this is a puzzle game, and not gonna be super excited about it, but yet. I feel like, that the chances for finding that and putting it into a collection and kind of archiving it, it's becoming fairly hard to do. I mean, they're just not out there anymore,
It's kind of funny. This game was published by Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
I wonder what they're doing now.
Cool, dude. Okay, next game here, a Vita game, actually. This is Reverie. Got this from Play Asia. East Asia Soft, and this is a really cool game. It's actually like, if you like games like if you played Mother or Mother 3 or Earthbound, it's a mix of that with Zelda added to it. So but yeah, very fun game.
Wow.
It's not very long, and there's actually a PS4 version as well. I have that one too, but it's just a lot of fun, especially to get a Vita game now, even though the Vita is like somewhat like kind of like people say it's dead. It's still alive.
It's still alive. Okay, so this comes to the game, the soundtrack, the world map, and a certificate.
Yes, I love how East Asia Soft does that, man. And Play Asia, they hook it up, and this game only costs $34, so that's.
Dude, and I've mentioned it before, I don't mind if the game's shorter.
Of course not. Yeah, I mean, short and sweet is totally fine. You don't need a game to be massively long. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, I mentioned that because I know Kelsey has been playing Octopath, and she was so excited for it. But it's
we were all. Yeah, I was there when she was.
When she's talking about it, she's like, even she's burning out on that, and that's saying a lot. That tells me that I don't even want to go there, because she will put hundreds of hours in games. But I get, and that's my point, is that sometimes games, I like them to be short and sweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As simple as that.
All right.
There you go.
Next up, oh boy, I'm gonna try pronouncing this, and it's gonna be horrible.
Shikhondo.
Oh, there you go.
I got it.
The limited edition. Speaking of East Asia Soft here, so this is a shoot 'em up.
Yep.
On the PS4.
A very well done shoot 'em up. I'm telling you, if you guys have played, if you guys remember our PS2 Hidden Gems video, we talked about this game called Castle Shishigami 2. It feels like it's like a spiritual sequel to that, man. Yes. The way the game plays, very well done. The backgrounds are great. The bosses are pretty cool. Like, they're scary looking. Like, they'll come out with one form all nice and neat, and then when you get their second one, they just look evil. It's like, whoa, what just happened? Very cool, man.
Isn't it really cool how now there's just so many really well-made shoot-'em-ups that are being released? I mean,
it's physical, too, because a lot of shoot-'em-ups still go to mobile devices, and it's just amazing to get these games in a physical format again. I mean, seriously. It's a big deal when a shoot-'em-up gets released at physical, and...
and so this is a great one, and also I love the box. I mean, it's embossed here. It's beautiful. This is an awesome game. And
also, I think pretty soon they're going to release it for Switch as the physical as well. So yeah, definitely. Shikhondo. I said it right this time.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
Very cool, man. All right, so let's see what we got here. A game I pieced together. I've been on a Contra hype lately, and I actually got the box for this at the Game On Expo, and I got the box and manual, and I knew where the game was. So this game is Contra Advance for the Game Boy Advance. This is the Alien Wars EX. Now, basically, this is Contra 3.
Okay.
With a couple extra levels on it too. They could have done a better job on the game. I mean, it could have used some polish, but I still like it because I love the run and gun Contra games. Yeah. It was totally worth it for me, and to get it in box complete. I mean, not complete at first, but completing it was awesome for me. So I have most of the good Contra games in my collection, and this is probably one of the harder ones to get. So
I bet. I mean, anything Contra, anything big name like that, people.
Yeah. Because like I said, if you've seen the last video that we did, pickups video we did. Contra 4 was the last new one, and that came out in 2010, 2009, maybe? I can't remember. It came out in the later years of the DS, so yeah, Contra. Awesome. Check it out.
All right. Moving on for me, I'm going back again to the PSP, man.
Yes.
PSP. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this other than it's called Street Supremacy.
I remember this game. Okay.
Yeah, and this is part of...
Tokyo Racer?
Yeah, the Drift one. Is that what it's called? Tokyo...
Drift or...
Tokyo Extreme...
Tokyo Extreme Racing? No.
It's something like that.
Help us out, guys.
Yeah, help us out. I know. I should have probably looked this up before. All I know is that when I bought this, actually, I didn't know that it was part of a series. And again, it's like I love arcade racing games, so I bought it. And it turns out, yeah, it's part of that. And we'll put it down here on the bottom of the screen.
I need to pick this up because I love night racing.
Yes.
This looks really good.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful game, again, on the PSP. And
it's not very expensive?
No, and dude, I know I mention this all the time, but there are so many awesome racing games on the PSP, and I keep finding more of them.
Yeah, my personal favorite besides Outrun Coast to Coast is Need for Speed Carbon.
Oh yeah, and actually MotorStorm is also really good.
MotorStorm is really good. Oh,
really
man,
good.
So many.
There's so many of them. So yeah, just really quick. Not much to say about this one, obviously, but just another great racing game on the PSP.
Very cool, man.
I know.
Okay, I like that.
They keep making them, or they did.
All right,
I keep finding them.
We're gonna go to the Switch. I got a Switch game here.
All right,
and that game is
you did a video.
Code of Princess EX.
Yes.
Yeah, I did some an unboxing of this game. So Code of Princess originally came out on the 3DS, and I played it years ago. Atlas did an English translation of it. Now Atlas didn't bring it out over here. This company called Nicalis, I think that's how you pronounce it. They brought it out.
Okay.
And it has the Japanese audio with English text in it. But it's an upgraded version of the 3DS version. I think they added a couple more features to it. There's a 2-player mode. I think it's a 2-player story mode. I might be wrong.
It's it's kind of like Guardian Heroes.
It is Guardian. Here's the funny part. So on the back of the game, it says they tried to put it in code. Be the guardian of 50 plus heroes. You see how the wording is for Guardian Heroes? So yeah. This is from the makers of Guardian Heroes. A couple of the makers from Guardian Heroes helped create this game. And their initial goal is they want to make a sequel on the PS4 and Xbox One, like a bigger game, kind of like, really big. So hopefully this game sells well. It's a fun beat 'em up. It's like a 3-plane beat 'em up. You can jump in the background, the front ground, and the middle ground,
which adds actually a lot of strategy to it, the game, which is pretty cool.
And it's online as well. Just a fun beat 'em up game. Some of the characters look a little bit goofy with their outfits and everything, but that's totally fine. I mean, that's just my taste. I thought they looked goofy, but I just happy to have a spiritual successor to Guardian Heroes.
I was really surprised they released this because this was kind of obscure on the 3DS, I thought.
Very obscure, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, pick it up. Actually, here's a funny story. This is the game that GameStop canceled my pre-order on. We talked about it in the last video when I got Contra. Oh. They canceled my pre-order on my game didn't come in on the pre-order. So I was mad. I was like, what the heck? So that's when I picked up Contra 4.
That's weird. They're always pushing that. So
I know, right?
They have one job.
My buddy Kyle got this from Best Buy for me. So yeah, thanks a lot, Kyle. I appreciate you, man.
Wow, okay.
And because GameStop was sold out. So it's like, dude, like they only if the GameStop they might have got one. That's it. So I was like, dude,
really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah,
Best Buy. They might be a new place to look for some games.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? So,
well, speaking of Switch games, dying to know what you thought about this because I know you picked up a copy of this as well.
Oh, okay.
Dimension Drive. So this is the Switch version here. This is a shoot 'em up, unlike anything I personally have ever played. So I played a lot of shoot 'em ups. The way I'll describe it is that there's a line down the screen, and basically you can warp back and forth between the two areas, right? So if you look, so you're watching the footage here, so you'll see my ship and I'm shooting stuff, but notice how on the other side there's a corresponding little dot that's moving with my controller, and you can go back and forth between those two, right?
Exactly.
And you have to do that.
Yeah, you do.
The thing is, this hurts my brain. Like I cannot play this game how I normally play these shooters because you have to kind of like
critical thinking.
It's crazy. This is a really crazy game. So please tell me what you thought.
I thought it was fantastic, and it really made me look at what I was doing, not just mindlessly shooting. Because on each side that you're on, you can run out of fuel. And when you run out of fuel on one side, if you don't get any, you can just transfer to the other side and start shooting on that side until you run out of fuel and gain more energy on one side. So it's kind of strategic in that way.
Yeah, it's making you do that jump.
It is, and it's very unique how they do it. It's actually a 2-player game, so when you're playing 2 players, it actually is easier to do it.
Oh, I bet.
But the game, one thing that stands out about the game, and the soundtrack is awesome. And I mean, it has really good music to it. So the music really helps things flow, and also it has story with it, like deep story with it too. I skipped past the story because I was just trying to play the game at the time, but it's just appreciative that they put that in there. If you guys want to know more like Studio Mud Prince, we talked about him before. He's the guy. He's a shoot 'em up king. Yeah, he knows all about this stuff. So
Yeah,
that's where I get most of my information from.
Yeah, definitely. So this is an East Asia Soft release here, and again, like usual, they go all out. Obviously, includes the physical game. There's a manual. There's an there's an original soundtrack, art book, and a certificate.
Yeah, the Switch version got an art book. The PS4 version didn't get. So that's what's unique about the Switch version.
Oh, really?
And I remember you were telling me at the art book they had some signatures in there or something from their.
Oh,
you were saying it was really nice. I remember you telling me about it.
That's right, when I got this. Yeah, okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. So this art book is actually not just an art book. You know, a lot of art books are kind of like, here's how we created the characters, here's how it evolved. No, this is the making of the game here. So this is really cool. So it talks about like the thinking behind it, like what they were actually trying to accomplish with the game. Then they get into the characters and the thinking of how they created the different levels and what they were trying to go for. It's really fascinating.
It's so appreciative when they could do something like that and let you know what they were trying to do with the game. That's amazing. And dude, just very happy to own this game, man. If you guys are looking for copies, you get them from Play Asia. That's where we got ours.
And again, that's what I like about this game is that even though it kind of hurts my brain to play it a little bit because I'm not that smart, but I do love games that try something new, and that's what this did.
Something new.
Yeah,
something fresh. Very cool, man. Okay, got this from Mo Game Con.
I remember when you got this.
One of my friends, John Houston, his friend hooked me up, and we did a trade, and luckily I had enough trade to get this. This is East Origin.
So, I just want to say that's one of the best covers ever. Look at that cover.
Very cool. And that's the Dom, I forget, it's called the Dom Tower, I think, or something like that, or hopefully I'm saying it right. You guys know what this tower is called. And, we talked about this game before in the pickups video because I had the standard edition, but I was able to get the limited edition there, and I like it. The box, it's a bit hollow. I think it's one of Limited Run's first big releases. Big limited ones. So,
they're kind of going for the PC size box with this, which I thought was interesting
because it was originally released on PC. But just happy to have this. This is the Vita version, and I love the Ease games. If you haven't played the Ease games, guy, you just stop what you're doing right now and pick up an Ease game right now.
After this video,
because you're actually playing Ease 8 right now. And
oh yeah, well I finished it.
Yes, I got to talk to you about this now after the video.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that ending.
Thank you. I'm glad we talked about this, dude. The ending was oh my god. Okay, so cool.
But I loved that game. I loved it.
And definitely, if you want to know the origin story, pick this up. I think if you can't get it from Limited Run, they're sold out. I think it's available on Play Asia too. They have their version of it too.
Oh, okay.
So very cool, guys. Yeah.
All right. Next up for me, I'm going back to the PS2.
All right. Whoa.
SOCOM 3, U.S. Navy SEALs.
That brings back crazy memories. I remember Emilio used to play this game a lot.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he's a big SOCOM guy.
Dude, I've mentioned this before. I absolutely love SOCOM 1, SOCOM 2. And actually, the reason I bought the third one is because I was looking over there one day. I was feeling all nostalgic.
And
I didn't have it. I was like, where the hell is this game? I love these games. I love them because they're basically third-person tactical squad-based shooters, and they're some of the first games back in the PS2 that were just they took it very seriously. Like
one of the first games that went online for the system besides EverQuest. Seriously. So
and also they had voice commands too, where basically if you wanted to, you could shout and tell your squad what to do, like breach and clear and stuff like that. Unfortunately, this series has kind of died over time. It's lost its way in the developer.
Well, with the transition to the PS3, they tried the game. They tried some ideas that didn't work properly.
They tried to make it more like Call of Duty.
And then they tried to go that way because Call of Duty had made so much money. Everybody's trying to copy what they're doing. Yeah. And you got to stick with what made the game good. You can't, you know what I mean? But you know how it goes.
It's true. And so I really wanted the third one in my collection. Although, to be fair, I actually think that the second game is probably the pinnacle of perfection.
Yeah, people still play the second game online. There's a way that people still play the second game online together. But there's a video about it out there if you guys want to find out. But the second game is basically, their favorite one. And also, the PSP versions are really good as well.
Very good.
Yeah,
I know.
Definitely look at those.
It was amazing, actually, when they put those out because Fireteam Bravo, all three of those games are just like these, where they're pretty hardcore, but again, they're portable. The graphics aren't quite as good because it's a PSP, but all the gameplay
on the go and everything, yeah. There's a fourth game, but it's like a tactical game too. So just
on the PSP, PSP, which actually is kind of a fun game. I forget what that one's called. Yeah.
Tactical Strike or something, I can't remember. Yeah,
where basically they made it turn-based, and so. But anyway, so I didn't own this, and I was like, "What? Okay, I must own this because I'm feeling nostalgic and
very cool, man."
Yeah, so I thought you'd appreciate that.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Okay.
I have 2 left.
You have 2. I have 3 left.
Okay.
Okay. So next game here. Now, don't get mad at me, guys. I haven't even played this yet, but I wanted to show it off in the video. I got this at the Mo Game Con. And this is
a
boy,
I played this.
And it's Blob. So you could probably tell me more about it. So what did I get, Jason? Did I get something good?
Yes. So you got dude. Okay. So this is a Wii exclusive.
Okay.
Based on an old NES game, but it's all new for the Wii, and it's basically a 2D platforming puzzle game. So you essentially the boy is Blob. The Blob is an alien that can change into different things that you would need to solve the environmental puzzles.
Okay.
So if you're trying to get across a ledge, maybe he can become a ladder or like a trampoline, or if you need to fall down, he can turn into like a parachute and stuff like that.
I just noticed something on the back that I didn't notice before.
What?
Way forward, baby.
Way forward.
Yes.
I know. Yes. So this game, actually, I've covered this game years ago in a Wii Hidden Gems video.
Okay.
And I've had so many people tell me that they thank me for mentioning this. Yes.
Yeah, dude.
It's really well done.
And to get it for like $10, that was pretty cool, man. Yeah. I didn't see this at GameStop for a while. So.
And again, it's exclusive to the Wii. It's just one of those games. If you have a Wii, if you like playing it on the Wii, get a boy and his Blob.
Very cool.
All right.
Next up for us.
Next up for me, also at Mo Game Con, a dude there was selling a bunch of Amiga and Commodore 64 games, and I had to pick up this one because of the cover. Look at that.
Yes, the cover is awesome, dude.
Isn't that amazing? So Ballistix.
Oh my gosh.
So Ballistix is an Amiga game that it may have come out on other systems, where it's a futuristic sports game, kind of like pinball, where you're knocking balls around trying to get into the goal. So it's kind of like soccer, kind of like pinball. You move the cursor around and you basically bump with other balls to get them in there. It's hilarious because look at that cover. You would never know that.
You would never know that at all.
It looks like a heavy metal cover. I know.
But this cover is outstanding, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, seriously.
I know.
The detail on this, man. I mean, golly. I wonder if the artist ever keeps all his art that he does, just so you remember what he...
I just want posters of every one of those.
Seriously.
That company did that for every one of their releases. I know.
This is pretty cool, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, is it a game I'm going to play a lot? Probably not. But, I'm looking for Amiga games like this because they're getting very hard to find. This guy happened to have a stack of them, so I couldn't pass it up.
Definitely, man. Very cool, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So next game here is another strictly limited release from Strictly Limited Games, and this is Bunny Must Die. Yeah, Bunny Must Die. No, Bunny Must Die. Chelsea and the Seven Devils. Now,
Bunny Must Die. Chelsea and the Seven Devils.
It's Chelsea. I said Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea. I said
this.
Chelsea.
This just seems amazing. What is this?
So it's a Metroidvania type game. The game originally came out in 2006, but it just.
Wait.
They got a physical release.
I'm sorry. It has your name.
Yeah, they sent me a copy of the game and they put my name on the back of the cover. Strictly Limited hooked it up like that. So
what?
Yeah, I know. I was so pumped up, dude. I was like, wow, dude. It's like,
well, you have made it.
I know, right? So yeah, this is the Reggie exclusive, and basically this game plays like a Metroidvania. Very cool game. It's like I haven't got that far in it, guys. But it's definitely a game. As you're seeing the footage here, a very enjoyable game. Something you guys will definitely want to play. And I'm so happy this got a physical release. I mean, seriously, this is why we appreciate the physical release.
I want my name on it.
There you go, man. So, yeah, man, definitely Strictly Limited, man. They're full of awesome, dude. They got some surprises coming out. So I've been watching them. I'm watching you guys.
What you got? You know what? I do have 2 more.
You got 2 more? Well,
I do.
I kind of have 2 more. I could do 2 more if you want.
Well, let's do mine for. Okay, so the next one I want to mention is a donation from Bill. I've talked about him on this channel before. I always forget how to pronounce his last name, but basically on Patreon, he's been a long time supporter of me. He sends me and also John Hancock donations because he's got a large collection and he knows we like Atari. So these are Atari games, but they are for the Supercharger.
Ah!
Yes, so I mentioned in the beginning of this video, games came on cassette. And again, back in the day, ROMs were very expensive. So in order to put more complex games on the Atari, they sold this, which basically plugged into your Atari, and then you could take any cassette player you wanted to, like a Walkman or whatever, plug it in here, and then these are Atari games on cassette. So they only made like a handful of these, like maybe a dozen or so. But he donated to my collection. He's got a, he's got a large collection. He knows that we dig this stuff. So you see on the spines here that they're numbered. So you can see here. So for instance, I have the first release, which is called Phaser Patrol, Communist Mutants from Space, Fireball, Suicide Mission, Dragon Stomper, Killer Satellites, and Escape from the Mind Master. So, but again, it's really trippy to see Atari games that are released on a cassette. Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is weird, man. Wow.
But the cool thing is, though...
At least it wasn't an 8-track.
Oh, God. I know. Yeah. Actually, they probably could have done the 8-track, but thankfully they didn't. But, again, they're Atari games, so not many people care about them.
Yeah, but it's just great that he preserved them like this, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't see this stuff ever.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Definitely,
seriously.
This is an obscure part of Atari collecting, and so it's cool to have these in my collection. So, again, thank you so much, Bill. He also sent me a bunch of... Atari XE games and
XE, that's another cool system Atari made. So wow, okay, cool.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely. He's a cool guy.
Okay, so
so I have one more. So I guess I'll be after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll do that one too. So another Vita game, and this is Sir Eatsalot. It's just how the title is. Sir Eatsalot is an East Asia Slav exclusive, and basically you're a knight who keeps eating and trying to stay fat, and I guess you're trying to rescue a princess, but the game is so unique to the Vita. It's hilarious. You just eat everything that you see.
Like Pac-Man or something?
It's kind of not in like a Pac-Man way. You still jump around, but you have to be careful because he can't jump high because he's fat. And it's hilarious. Definitely a unique Vita game that you should check out. Like I said, I haven't got that far in it, but it cracked me. It was very unique. So, Sir Eatsalot for the exclusive to the Vita.
Okay,
check it out.
Really? Wow. Okay. All right, dude. My final game is pretty damn cool.
All right.
And that is R-Type 3 and Super R-Type, the Collector's Edition.
Yes.
So
Castlemania Games.
So a huge shout out to Ryan from Castlemania Games. If you guys want a copy of this as well, please go to his website because he's part of a Seattle retro gaming community.
Yep.
But runs a fantastic website all dedicated to retro games. So this is a really cool release. This is the Collector's Edition. This is a fully licensed version of this game. It's not, pirated version or anything like that.
Fully licensed. For
the Super Nintendo. Comes with, a cartridge. Comes with... You got one of these as well.
I did. And what's cool about it is when you put the game in there, is a menu where you can choose both of the games.
Yeah.
I have never played R-Types or Super R-Type, which is the first one on there, and I got to play it for the first time. Very cool shoot 'em up game. Very slow pace. Very good for like starting it, I guess you would say. It might be hard later on, but R-Type 3 on there is the real meat and potatoes of the package. Man, R-Type 3 is insanely good. Fast-paced action. Definitely for the more people who played the R-Type games. R-Type is a pretty unique series of its own.
Yeah.
It's somewhat difficult, but not really if you get used to it. So it's an awesome package. I mean, everything that comes in this is amazing.
I know, it's incredible. So I'll run through it here. So basically, obviously, we got the custom box, the manual, the cartridges in there, certificate of authenticity.
3 of 2900.
I have number 3.
All right, dude.
I know.
Dang. Okay.
Some cards here. So stickers. It looks like stickers, and we also got some kind of collectible cards.
You ever take the stickers off and like paste them on anything? Like
I do.
Okay, you do. Okay.
As a matter of fact, over there on my bookshelf, I have.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because in my heart, I'm really about 15 years old.
There you go.
That's why I have like rock posters and stuff like that. You have this like notebook here, again, custom made for this. But then you also have pins at the bottom here. So these are stuff you can put on your clothing, which is pretty cool. They just went all out. I mean, they just went all out on these. It's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive, man. Yeah, I remember when they first announced they were doing this, and I was like, wow, that's how it's going to look, and they didn't let us down. Very good job on these packages, and it's
so if you're interested, definitely go out and check out CastlemaniaGames.com. All
right, and this is going to be a bonus item from me.
Susie's here.
She came to join us for this.
She is. She's dying to know.
You guys seen this game before in our last pickups. It was just here. This is my version, Dead Cell, the PS4 version. Dead Cell, as you know, is a Metroidvania game. Awesome game. I recommend you pick it up. You guys will have a blast. So that's pretty much it. So,
dude, I know another Another pickups video. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's not so sad this time because Susie joined us.
She joined us at the last moment here. She's all pumped.
She's here for us. But yeah, it's just really. I mean, hopefully you guys find some value out of this video or any of the pickups videos. From these games we think you guys will really like.
Where can people find you on the web, dude?
You can find me on at Radical Reggie on YouTube and Radical Reggie on Twitter as well if you want. So I'm all around.
That's right. Eating a cheeseburger.
Eating a cheeseburger or something. Doing something crazy.
All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and take care. All right, you want to hear something kind of funny? When Susie jumped up into my lap, I smelled something kind of odd. Yep, I smelled the cat pan, the kitty litter. Susie was probably upstairs digging around in the cat poop. And then she comes down and she jumps into my lap and then she puts her stinky cat poop breath in my face. So that's kind of why I wrapped it up so quickly there, because I was kind of grossed out. Yep, that's dog ownership there. All right, guys, have a great day.